What's up, ladies and gents? This is K-Sid Kid coming at you with another Destiny video. With the 2.0 patch and the Taken King, Destiny introduced subclass quests. So not only do we have the new Solar Titan, Arc Warlock, and Void Hunter classes to do, we also get to redo quests for our favorite oldies. And that's what I'm doing right now on my Sunsinger. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, for the most part, these quests are pretty straightforward. Right from the beginning, you have to kill enemies, kill 50 enemies with any of your special abilities, so your grenades, melee, or super. Then you have to create 25 orbs of light using your super. Then you have to fully upgrade your class, which chances are you already have all of those classes done. And finally, you're on the challenge. And that's the most difficult part, and that's what I'm on right now. And this is actually a little bit of a test for me. What I needed to do with the Sunsinger is kill 20 enemies while I had Radiance up and complete a strike. So right now you can see we went ahead and completed the Nexus strike, and I'm going to go ahead and check to see how far I came along as far as killing enemies under Radiance. So let's pop in and see how I was doing as far as the quest goes. Looks like I have 15 out of my 20 kills under Radiance, and I completed the strike. So my thought process right now is, I completed the strike, that's all marked off, and I just need 5 more kills under Radiance. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to go ahead, back out, I'll go over to the Cosmodrome, I'll go underneath it and shoot these Hive Majors in the face, get a little bit of glimmer, and just kind of do all the things underneath here. That was my thought process. It wasn't a good thought process, it wasn't a good one at all, but that's what I thought at the time, and I'm just showing it to you, just so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did. So here it is, I have my super up, I'm going to run back in and I'll pop the super. As soon as I do that, I'll start chucking out the grenades and doing the scorch and doing the shooting. This is the new Stranger's Rifle also, which is pretty cool. I can't wait to have this as an exotic weapon. So there it is, we killed all those Hive Majors. That should put me up to 18 if my strategy was working. But as we can see, whenever I go ahead back to the quest menu, I have 0. It took away the strike, it took away all the kills. You have to do everything in one strike. So make sure that you're really focusing on that. And that's what I'm showing right here. I was doing the Sepix strike next, and I'm not even bothering to shoot at Sepix. I'm just waiting, trying to kill enemies, get my super up, to kill them whenever I have my super up. And that's kind of the struggle. If you're doing this with random people, you're gonna have to play your own game and hope that they don't mess you up too much. Because I was just doing this with random people, and what I was doing was running around killing other enemies. I didn't even put a single shot out on Sepix because I didn't want him dead. I needed him alive so the enemies would spawn in. If you're with a team of people that you can communicate with, it's gonna make your life so much easier, so much easier. Otherwise, you're kind of going to be doing your own thing while the other people in the strike are trying to complete it. And I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't like having separate missions where I'm not really accomplishing the goal of the team. But whenever I finished it, I went ahead back to Akora, and you end up getting a legendary class item. And it's for level 40, 220 defense and level 40. So we can't wear it just yet, but it looks pretty cool. Let's look at it right now. Pull that up, the Sunsinger's Bond. It looks pretty good with that Revenant shader. Stands out pretty well. And you can actually infuse it to continue making its defense greater in the future. Get a little bit of extra intellect, which I would pick. You also get extra abilities with your hand cannons and extra Vanguard reputation, so that's pretty cool. Now, the Voidwalker is a lot different. It is extremely difficult. You have to kill enemies with your Nova Bomb and have them drop 7 orbs of light. Extremely difficult because you have to do it 3 times. These are 2 locations in Omnigul's Strike that I like. This is actually the final ship that ends up dropping in. I never completed it on Omnigul's Strike because I didn't find another final good location, or I never ended up getting a really good Nova Bomb blast. You really have to prepare for it. I ended up getting it on this strike here to go ahead and kill the Archon Priest. I actually did a blast out in the beginning area on patrol where you go ahead and jump over the rocks and throw them down out there. I was running around in patrols while my team was in here trying to do the strike. Again, not really being much of a team player, but I'm really trying to complete this mission, and it's difficult. because eventually my teammates ended up dying in the strike and it pulled me in. Luckily I had 1 kill and these final 2 Nova Bomb locations ended up working. So it's extremely difficult. You're really going to want to gear up in order to do that. For the Titans to complete their challenge, the Striker needs to do the same thing as the Voidwalker. 7 orbs of light 3 times during a strike. Again, very difficult. You're really going to want to prepare for that ahead of time. Hopefully get a kill out on patrols or something before you go into the strike. The Defender Titan has it a bit easier. You have to kill 30 enemies while under the effects of your Ward of Dawn. So hopefully you have weapons of light up and your teammates end up popping in there, getting weapons of light and killing some enemies for you. That one doesn't sound too difficult. For the Hunters, they both have the same thing. You have to kill 15 enemies with your super, and 3 of those enemies need to be majors. So the yellow enemies, make sure you're looking out for them, popping your super and killing them with it. Now I mentioned being prepared, and you can see I ended up putting on the Light Beyond Nemesis because that extra orb that it generates is going to be extremely useful. You're going to want to have that on for your Voidwalker quest and for your Striker Titan quest. It's going to be a necessity. As far as the abilities I ended up putting on, I just basically got the biggest blast radius I could on my Nova Bomb and went to town with it. I put Soul Rip on just for the ability to regain my super even a little bit faster, and I was using the Bad Juju. You're going to have a difficult time if you're not prepared for this because you really need to focus on doing your own specific abilities as opposed to killing things in the strike. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel to keep updated on daily Destiny content. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your quests, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Light Beyond Nemesis.